You do with extra money you may have lying around right now. Let's talk about it. Hello everybody, Joe Warpick coming at you, and today I want to answer a question sent in to me from one of my subscribers, and that is, what do I do if I've come into some extra money? Where should I put it? How should I invest it? It's a great question, and I really want to get into it, but I want you to understand that as a practicing certified financial planner, I cannot give investment advice. That's not what I'm here to do. So I'm not going to talk about individual investments. It's going to be more of a broad brush, broad-based topics today. And we're going to focus on two areas that everybody has to think about if they have some extra money to put away. First is asset allocation, and second is tax allocation. In my world of investing, those are the two most important topics you have to discuss before you decide where you're going to put any of your assets. Let's start with asset allocation. Asset allocation basically means what type of asset are you going to allocate your funds into? Are you going to put your money into the stock market? Are you going to put your money into bonds? Are you going to look at what we call non-correlated assets, which are assets that don't return the exact same returns at the exact same time as other assets? Great examples of what I would consider a non-correlated asset might be a stock and real estate. Real estate doesn't typically tend to go up with the stock market, nor does real estate tend to fall with the stock market. So when looking at asset allocation, just try to ensure that all of your assets are not correlated, again, meaning all of your assets won't go up at the same time and fall at the same time. And that's asset allocation, really in a nutshell. But what's more important to me, what I feel is the penultimate or the absolute most important area for you to consider when investing your dollars, and that's tax allocation. How are you going to be taxed? Because if you put your money in the stock market and it falls, it could possibly come back. If you have to pay taxes to the United States government, you're never getting that money back. It is gone forever. And one of the old sayings is, it's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep. So when we look at tax allocation, there's three areas we have to concern ourselves with. And that's number one, taxable investments. Number two, tax deferred investments. And number three, tax efficient or tax-free investments. And each of these has positives and negatives. One of them is my overall favorite, and I'll let you see if you can figure that out at the end. So starting off with taxable investments. Taxable investments are investments that you pay tax on the money now. You stick it in that investment, and every year that investment may kick off interest. It may create dividends. It could create short-term capital gains. It could create long-term capital gains. So every year that investment is growing, you are paying tax on that investment. Then when you go to sell that investment, you may have to pay tax again. And if you're holding on to that investment in retirement, the interest, dividends, or capital gains could cause your Social Security to become taxable. So taxable investments could be taxed up to 4 times. Number one, when you earn the money. Number two, every year, interest, dividends, capital gains. Number three, if you have Social Security income, that money could cause Social Security income to become taxable. And number four, when you go to sell that investment, you may have a gain that you have to pay a tax on. So out of the three areas, that's my least favorite place for you to put your money. So let's move on to tax-deferred investments. Tax-deferred investments, it's a way for you to invest now and not pay the tax on that earnings. So an IRA, a 401k, those would be tax-deferred investments. A non-qualified annuity might also be a tax-deferred investment. Not one I would recommend, but it is an option. So with the tax-deferred investment, most of the time you get to defer the taxes even in the year you earn the money, so you don't pay tax now. As the investment grows, dividends, interest, capital gains, you don't pay tax on those, but eventually, sometime in the future, you're going to have to take the money out and you're going to be taxed on it. And at that time, that income could cause your Social Security to become taxable. So basically, you could be taxed twice. And a lot of people really believe that they're going to, in the future, retire to a lower tax bracket. And I rarely see that happen. So if you're unsure about that, reach out to me and I can show you what the taxes could look like in your future. So that's tax deferred investments. The third is tax efficient or tax-free investments. These are investments that you pay the tax now. So you earn this money, you have it sitting in your checking or your savings account. You've already paid tax on it. Now you want to stick it into an investment. And as it grows quote unquote tax deferred. But then if you access it correctly, you never pay tax on that money again. Why I like this investment is because you know what the tax is today. I can log in to the Internal Revenue Service's website and I can see exactly what the tax brackets are today. I can see what the tax brackets are probably going to be next year. So I have a really good understanding of where I am in taxes right now. So if I'm comfortable with where I am now and I pay my taxes now, the nice thing about tax-free or tax-efficient investments is no matter what the government does in the future, these investments are not taxed as long as you follow the rules of those. So if you haven't watched my video on one of the best places to put your money, make sure you catch a glimpse at this video. It really shows you one of my favorite places to put money, and that's in an HSA account. Now, you have to be working in order to put money into an HSA. You have to have earned income. So if you're retired, you don't have earned income, forget it. You can't use an HSA. But the beautiful thing about an HSA account is it's actually a pre-tax account that grows tax-free, which it's the only account out there. So I'm not going to spend much time on HSAs. Watch the video if you want to find out more about that. But if you have extra money laying around, now that you have an understanding of asset allocation and tax allocation, one of the first questions I would have for you is, are you working? Do you have earned income? Because if you have earned income, then you may have access to retirement accounts. Maybe you haven't maxed out your 401k at your work. So maybe, if you're under 50 years of age, you can put away $19,500 a year into your 401k. So if you suddenly came into some extra cash and it's getting to the end of the year and you haven't maxed out that $19,500 in your 401k, you could actually increase your contribution so you withhold more of your check and you could just withhold the cash you have now to live on. That's an option that you have. And if you have a Roth 401k, that's a tax-free investment. I would recommend that you look at maybe putting money into a Roth 401k. Now, if you're under 50 years of age and you've maxed out your 401k, if you're over 50 years of age and you've put away up to $26,000, then for at least the next few months, you could look at a mega backdoor. But it looks like, based on my video I put out last week, it looks like mega backdoors may be going away. So if you don't know what a mega backdoor is, you can check out my video on mega backdoors. But like I said, you only have a few months to take advantage of that. So $26,000 into your 401k, if you're over 50, if you've done that and you're still looking for places to put money, then you probably want to look at maybe a non-correlated tax-deferred asset or a non-correlated taxable asset. And again, I apologize that I can't get into specifics here, but maybe this investment is an investment in, say, real estate. I don't know, have you ever gone down the road of looking at real estate? I myself own a commercial building. I like to diversify my assets. So if I have extra income, if I have extra money laying around, I will take a look in the marketplace and see if there's any commercial real estate investing available. A lot of people out there really enjoy residential real estate. I don't care for residential real estate investment because the risks associated with dealing with the public in houses, it's just not someplace I want to go, but maybe that's something that you want to take a look at. And this would give you the opportunity of putting your assets away into a truly non-correlated asset, meaning an investment that's outside the stock market and isn't going to go up and down with the stock market. So you might want to take a look at real estate investing. So once you've tapped out your retirement accounts and you can't put any more money in your retirement accounts, and maybe you don't want to go down the real estate track, you may want to look at life insurance. Now, life insurance can be a very sticky topic for a lot of people, and they don't fully understand that. And I will create another video. I had one on my old YouTube channel. It's gone now, about the benefits, the tax benefits of investing in life insurance. I would not recommend doing that, however, through a life insurance agent. I would contact a certified financial planner, somebody who can really explain and maybe offer you a policy that is going to last your entire life and one that's not going to, cost you a lot of fees and pay the life insurance agent a lot of commissions. It really is going to come out of your pocket at the end of the day. So if you've maxed out your HSA, you've maxed out your retirement accounts, life insurance might be an option you could take a look at. Real estate might be an option you could take a look at. But always think about, am I exposing myself to too much risk on both the asset allocation chart and on the tax allocation chart? Now, if you haven't figured it out, I love tax-free. I love to put as many of my assets away into tax-free accounts as possible. So I personally max out my Roth 401k. I make sure my spouse maxes out her Roth 401k. Beyond that, I put money into life insurance because it's another tax efficient way that I can invest and access the money tax-free down the road. So hopefully this video helped you to just begin to take a look at the myriad of opportunities that are out there. And you know now that you want to focus on not just the asset allocation side of things, but tax allocation is, in my mind, way more important. And if you can get as many of your assets tax-free, when you get to the future retirement date, you could possibly retire without any income taxes at all. I hope this video was helpful. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe, make sure you turn on the notification bell, include comments down below for future videos, and I'll see you next week.